first it says that project is being delayed and a change request is being raised by the project manager. And he came to know that the communication approach did not meet the stakeholder expectation. I choose the option A because the change request has been raised, but the communication between different stakeholders need to be reviewed. So from the elimination point of view, it's you can say for me it's A, not B, because the change request doesn't need to be included in a stakeholder, need to be included, and also the C, that the project sponsor should be included in those meetings. That's why I opted for A.
Okay. Any other perspective for A? It's okay. Let me explain. See, a project is delayed, right? And some change was needed to bring the project back on track and to deliver the desired quality level. This is the problem statement with a certain solution that was suggested earlier. Now, to accommodate that change, a formal change request was raised and it was approved and all. And till the step number 5, it has been done. It has been communicated. So step number 1, it has been raised. Step number 2, it has been analyzed. Step number 3, it has been taken to the CCB and got approved. Step number 4, wherever the changes were needed, it has been identified. And step number 5, it has been communicated to the stakeholder. So till step number 5, for that particular change to bring the project back on track has been done. We are good till this point. However, the real problem in hand is that this step number 5 of your communication, change management process didn't work out. When you communicated that change approval or new change to the stakeholders, somehow they didn't like your way of communicating. Maybe you didn't use the right channel. Maybe you didn't use the right wording. Maybe you didn't keep all of them in loop. Maybe it's like not as per the expected format. Can be anything. But the real problem in hand is that the communication approach for informing about that change didn't meet the stakeholder expectation. What should the project manager do next? If it is about communication of that change, then this is not really about provide a change request to improve stakeholders' expectation. It has been done and dusted. It didn't work out. It has been done. They are clearly telling you that formal change request has been issued, and if it has been taken to the step number 5, then of course the step number 2, 3, 4 has already been done. It didn't work out. The change has been approved. So it's not about approving the change. It's about communication of that change, which actually is a problem here. So it is not the next thing to do. Organize a meeting with the project sponsor to better understand stakeholder. Sponsor is not the right person to do the stakeholder engagement. If you are going to engage sponsor for engaging and for communicating with every other stakeholder, then why you are there as a project manager in the project team in the first place? Sponsor is for very different reasons. First of all, his role is very different. Secondly, he is not responsible for stakeholder engagement. You, as a project manager, are responsible for stakeholder engagement in most of the cases. So on that ground, C is out. It's actually between A and D. Review the communication management plan, follow it, and issue a status report. This part actually is wrong. This part is correct. This part is also correct. Over here, the problem is that when the change information has been communicated. Somehow the stakeholders didn't like your way of communicating, or somehow you didn't meet their expectation as per the engagement strategy. Both of the cases, this makes sense. Review or refer to the communication management plan and stakeholder engagement plan. Communication management plan for who is going to get what information at what time and via what channel. If something is missing, maybe communication management plan is going to help. A stakeholder engagement plan for the reason that if certain stakeholders are not happy, what was their engagement strategy for this kind of communication? What was stated in there? Are you missing something? Or are you missing something in the plan? In both of the cases, you need to refer to the engagement. Issuing a status report doesn't really make a sense. It doesn't ring a bell over there. It's like not about providing them a report. They're not unhappy about not receiving a report. They are unhappy about how that change has been communicated. And that how always goes in where? Plan, certain plan. Plans always talk about what? How? How the engagement is going to be done with our stakeholders, how the communication is going to be happening. So in this situation, the plans are going to help. It's only about